So when you first receive the collection, you receive the catalogue brochure, which also comes with the collection. Whether you receive the booklets or you receive the folders, there will be a catalogue section inside both. Inside the booklet format of the collection, the catalogue will be your first page when you go into it. And inside the catalogue, you'll find all the information that you need that relates to each section inside the collection itself. You'll find the call-out name here in regards to the booklet itself, A to H, and then next to them you'll also see the yarn count inside each fabric. You'll also find the composition and also the fabric finishes which have been applied to the fabrics themselves, in case you need any additional record against the actual booklets. The booklets themselves, we have broken them up into our normal stories of dress, casual, performance, and so on and so forth, also non-iron application. And inside the US collection, you will see a common theme. There is a lot of stretch that's coming through. Obviously, we know that for the market, stretch performance is very, very key. We've also included, as I mentioned before at the start of this video, a lot of the antiviral, antibacterial, and antimicrobial finishes to the fabric itself. So let's get started and look at the first book. So now we're first of all looking at part A-1, which is particular yarn daubing. Now when you open the book, you'll find that on the left-hand side, your left, not mine, there is a group of quality swatches, large swatches, so you can better gauge the handle of the fabric itself. As you open it on the right-hand side, you'll find a call-out page. Now we've used this page to inform our customers of call-out innovations inside the packs themselves. Inside this book, we've called out Florid Dye Yarn, which is a new innovation from Lutai, which actually creates the look of a jaspy, melange, textured yarn without having to actually use those yarns themselves. It's a specialised printing technique which is much better for the environment. It uses 80% less water consumption and there's no salt that's been used during the dyeing process of the yarn itself. The dyeing process itself can be used on many different types of yarn, linen, cotton, also regenerated fibres such as tencel, lyocell. It can also be used on performance yarns such as nylon. Again, if you have any questions or queries in regards to this new innovation, please reach out to your contact at Lutai. So when we first go into this first booklet, on the first page you will be brought with optic white piece dye goods, two-way stretch, small texturized dobby fabrics. So these have 96% cotton, 4% elastane, and the yarn count is compact 50s. When we look on to the next page, you'll see this is a clear example of the florid dye that I was just speaking of. You can really see the highs and the lows inside the fabric, creating that texturized look that we spoke of, jaspy, come melange type of effect overall. I will say that also here, as this is a printing technique that's been applied to the yarn, the delivery and the lead time dates for this type of yarn to create this type of fabric is a lot shorter than using true melange and jaspy. So these qualities themselves, these are 94% cotton, 6% spandex. We're looking at 50s compact with Lutai printed yarn, fluoride dye yarn in the weft. When we go into the next page, we're looking at melange yarn. So this book really gives you the option of using Lutai mist yarn, true melange yarn, or as we said, the fluoride dye printed yarn technique from Lutai. Inside this page, you'll find melange yarn. Melange yarn also has colour dot inclusion inside the fabric for a call out for accent colours for the season. The composition inside this fabric is 98% cotton, 2% spandex, and we're looking at 40s yarn in the warp of the fabric. On the next page, you'll see that we've used both melange yarn and Lutai mist yarn. We have 95% cotton, 5% spandex inside these compositions. And there's a variation here between yarn dye designs and also print application which has been used. So with the two companies, Lufeng and Lutai, being brought together last year, we're able to showcase more and more of the two companies' strengths inside the collection. So you'll see a lot of both piece dye, yarn dye and print inside the collection. On the next page, we're looking at all over texturized yarns, which also have jaspy yarn inclusion inside it. 98% cotton, 2% spandex, all over textured dobbies, and stretch inclusion in the weft of the fabric. So this is more in your classic colours. We've got darker tones of navy and also some monochrome. On the next page, we'll find some conversational jacquards. These conversational jacquards have both Lutai mist yarn and spandex in the weft for stretch. We're looking at 95.6% cotton, 4.4% stretch in the weft, two-way stretch. And on the next page after this, there is a second colourway option for those designs on the previous page. And on the next page here, we're looking at jaspy yarn inclusion in classic tones of navy blue and also monochrome palette. So these are looking at 80s doubles, again a combination of two-way stretch, 98% cotton, 2% spandex. And on the last page, again, we have some more jaspy yarn inclusion that's with stretch yarn in the weft. We're looking at 98% cotton, 2% spandex. Again, these are your overall textured dobbies, classic tones of navy and monochrome for the season. And that's our first book.